everybody. Welcome to Open the Gates. I'm your host, Matt Burke. Tonight we're going to be having on Death Metal Hero. So if you guys could give a warm welcome to my buddy Luke, that'd be fucking awesome. What's up, man?
Hello and welcome.
Fuck yeah, man. That's a fucking most metal fucking entrance. Oh, you know, just fucking chilling, man. I got some of that Sailor Jerry's rum. I don't know if you've ever had that before. I'm sure you've heard of it.
A couple of times. Yeah. It's classic, man. It's classic.
The tattoo.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the tattoo, man. It's classic, classic sailor rum. You know, it's pretty good shit. You know,
right.
Sometimes rum's a little too sweet for me. It depends on the application. You know, I'm definitely more of a Scotch person.
Oh yeah.
You know,
good shit.
and,
yeah.
You know, I enjoy bourbon to a lesser extent. I also obviously whiskey. I mean, they're all whiskey, but you know, the varying subgenres. It's like all the different subgenres of metal. You know, you've got metal, you've got death metal, you've got speed metal, you got black metal. You know, all that.
Oh so, hell yeah, it's all the fun, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know, different intricacies and flavors.
So. Hell, Tokamai.
What up, Seth? Good to see you.
Hell,
and
Matt,
we got a Matt Kevlar. What's going on, brother?
Kevlar the Rock. What's up, brother? Oh yeah. And we got Feline. Hey, what's going on?
Here's my girl. Hi, beautiful. Skull.
We got Death Metal Hero.
Oh, better watch out for that weirdo. He's a strange one. You know, that fucking blue hair.
What up, K-Pop? Junkie, how you doing?
What up, K-Pop? Welcome.
Yeah, man. I've just been fighting off a little bit under the weather this past week. Kind of hit me, you know, out of nowhere. I was at work, and then I was like, oh, you know, maybe I'll leave a little hour early and see what happens. Go to the farmer's market down in Long Beach on Sunday. Pick up some stuff with the fam. Got some honey. You know, got a little chat with the lady that was the harvester. You know, my wife, she's you know, did her own honey. You know, like you could go back to her ranch in Mexico and there's still honey there.
Oh,
you know?
No shit, that's awesome, dude.
And she's like, oh, you know, don't boil that stuff. You know, you're not supposed to boil the honey, and you know, so you got to keep it whole. But
yeah, don't pasteurize it.
Yeah, just putting together little concoctions, trying not to take the meds, you know. But I'm feeling good now, man. Just
good.
burning it out and just, you know, telling myself, no, I'm feeling great. You know, like
I mean, a lot of it starts up here.
It does a little bit, right?
Yeah. Feline and I have actually been sick for like the past week. I don't know what. I mean, it feels like the flu. I don't know where we got it from, but yeah, we've both been just kind of laid low. She's actually had a worse cough than I've had. You know, it's been rough. But
That's
yeah,
cool, man.
We finally seem to be getting on the other side of it. But you know, she's been making us hot toddies. You know, and some what is it? Thyme and have to help me out here, baby. She's making a tea for us to drink, thyme and some other stuff, and that's really been helping as well. But yeah, she's definitely more of the not wanting to take meds than me. She's well, and she also fenugreek. Thank you, baby. Yeah, she's definitely more of the not wanting to take meds. I was just like, you know what, fuck this. I'm going to get some Mucinex, and it's slowly but surely been working itself out of my system. I actually had to extend my trip about a week. Just to, you know, make sure I don't get my mom and my grandma sick when I go back to Florida, you know, which, oh no, I get to spend another week with my girlfriend. Terrible.
Right? Horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible. You know, I mean, we may both be coughing like crazy, but, you know, at least I get to spend time with her.
That, and you could take a nap, and you know, you could watch each other and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we got Edwin. What up?
What up, Edwin?
Hi, brother.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, man. Just been I was every Tuesday, you know, you and Bascom do the topic list show. That's usually when I'm coming home from work. I'm doing my usually working with my kid with the home studies and just putting it on. You know, I try to jump in there, man. It's so much fun just seeing all the different talent you guys got on there, including yourselves, and everyone's just kind of, you know, doing their own thing, man. Really inspiring to watch you guys, man. You're always talking about some cool stuff on the show.
Thanks, man. You know, we like to have fun on that show. I mean, we like to avoid the drama since there's so much drama on the internet. You know, it's more fun to just talk about what matters to us. Like the other night we had a conversation about like copyright and like going to conventions and making prints and stuff like that. And both Shelby and Preston had some really good points, and I felt like it was a pretty good conversation. Because I mean, a lot of us don't know this stuff. So I mean, how do you learn this stuff? You learn this stuff from people that have been there, that have been dealing with this shit. Know how to do it. So yeah,
it's good
too.
It was
good conversation.
Those there's a wealth of knowledge I think out of Shelby and Preston. Those guys have been kind of in the soil for a minute.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
And you, I don't know, man. You've been working on like commissions and stuff like that for years, doing your own thing, huh? Like doing your art and stuff
man.
like that.
I've been I've a lot of commissions that I've done never made it to the internet just because they were private commissions for people that I knew in town. I've done stuff for small businesses and shit like that. Yeah, and starting to do more comic book commissions now. I mean, but actually, dude, the one of the first things that I did that got published was the card that I did for you, dude.
Oh, hell yeah.
Of Butch Cleaver. This is actually the first thing that ever got published as a printed thing for a comic book for me. So yeah. I still
love
have
that
a
piece,
few
man.
of these cards. Yeah. Oh, dude, this was a fun piece. It was my my homage to the
Desperado, right?
Desperado. Yeah, man.
I fucking love that movie, dude.
Yeah.
I saw that dude.
Yeah. So I've been giving these out, sparingly to people that will appreciate it. As little like little extra things when I send out artwork.
That's fucking dope, dude.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you sending these to me, dude.
Thank you. Fuck yeah, man. Thanks for doing the piece, man. And
Absolutely.
that's I met Luke back in the day, like when I got into this whole scene, and he did a song for my first book, Roll the Bones, for the first Butch Cleaver book, man. And I was just fucking floored by it. And the trailer was made too by buddy Rotten Glory. He kind of disappeared from the scene. He comes back one day. He is missed. If you're out there,
he's very missed.
Much love, brother.
Right?
He had a fucking metal ass Viking comic book I wanted to read that was already published. We were trying to get him to relaunch it again or something like that. I was looking. It was like Runes of Ragnan or something.
Yeah.
Something with the rag in there. And runes. So I was like, fuck yeah, rags, runes. I got it. Mm-hmm. And but yeah, man. And then he did a badass trailer, and then fucking Luke did the song, and then all my backers got that song. I still got the song too. So
man.
Fucking love it, man.
I still would like to do a remastered version of that because I have better equipment now, and I'm better at singing than I was then. I was just really kind of like starting to feel my muscle as far as singing goes back then, but then that was like right at the beginning of doing the sing along of Doom, and I've done quite a few since then. So yeah, I've gotten better. So I still would like to do a remaster of that, and I'll send it over to you. You can send it out to everybody. Just share it with the backers, man. But yeah, that was a fun thing to do. That was like one of the first collaborations I did in this scene. As far as like for a campaign, it was just, man, the whole scene was such
energy.
It was such a fun,
so much fucking energy and crazy shit,
then.
Like random fucking dope energy going on. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Just like you could feel it. You know what I mean? And now it's
like
not
the Wild
West. That way anymore. It's not like that anymore.
It's not.
But I mean, fucking this year, hopefully we could get it going again. I'd like to like fucking strum it up again and just kind of keep basically funneling energy into the movement. That's good. What I'm going to try to do as much as I can.
I agree, man. We got to bring that fun Wild West energy back. That
Wild West energy, man.
Yep. Because that's what it was. It was wild. We were all just having fun, experimenting, trying new things. And everybody was just excited to have this new and different scene that was not the mainstream. So,
yeah. Now there kind of is more rules, and kind of curb what you say. You know what I mean? And I don't know. And then they got some people, maybe saying a little too much out there.
Yeah, I mean, some things are better left unsaid. Some things need to be said.
100%. And then you also did the Sing Along of Doom, which was a show I loved watching you do, man. Doing your takes on different songs, doing the fucking death metal hero spin on it, man. And no one fucking did that shit. No one that I know has done that stuff. Even
it's coming back.
Like it's a cool concept, but you fucking put the death metal hero spin on it. You put the metal the death metal spin on it, dude. Like and more.
You know what the funny thing is that growing up, my dad was a musician, and he was damn good at it. He could sing, he could play guitar, he could play bass, he could play drums and whatnot. When I was a kid, he would tease me because I'd try to sing like he could, and I couldn't do it, and he would be like, hey, don't sing. All right, fine, I won't sing. Oh, fucking growl.
Right.
I went the opposite direction, and that's kind of where the Sing Along of Doom came from. It's like I'll take the radio hits and I'll do my version of them. I'll fuck them up. Yes, Feline is correct. I am working on it. I actually had to move at the beginning of last year.
This sucks,
actually,
dude.
This last year has been
not like
pretty
moving.
fucking crazy. I moved out of my condo, so all of my stuff is currently in the garage studio where I was doing the Sing Along of Doom. So I need to go through that shit and move it and get rid of a bunch of stuff so that I can actually have my my studio again. But yes, the Sing Along of Doom will be coming back. Over the course of this last year, though, I've also been going to conventions. Actually, I guess about a year ago, I went to MegaCon and I did interviews with people for the first time in like 15 years.
Fuck yeah.
Talking to artists and writers and stuff at professionals at convention, and I started working on doing this book, Mercenary Guild. So I've at least I got the concept. I didn't start working on it, I guess, until August of last year.
Nice.
But yeah, last year was a crazy ride, man. A lot of stuff changed up. It was cool. It was different, but it started with me moving, and moving is a pain in the ass.
I hate it, man. Like I moved a lot. Like, when I was 14, I lived in the same spot, like from 1 year old to 14. Then we moved like within the same radius, in the same neighborhoods, like probably 5 times. And then, I got married, and me and my wife, or me, my lady moved out, and then kind of been in the same spot. We got married, have kids, and I've been there for like 10 years. And luckily I haven't had to move, but now I'm like down to move because I want to get out of California, but things are a little different, but I fucking hate moving. I really don't like doing it.
Well, it's not fun, man. You never realize how much crap you have until you go to move it all.
Right. Right. You're like,
and then you're packing stuff up and you're like, man, I haven't seen this in years. I didn't even know I still had this shit.
Yeah.
Why do I still have this shit?
Right.
Yeah.
It's fun though. That part.
The funny thing about being like a comic book collector is like, you kind of, you collect other things as well. It seems like you kind of collect stuff as well, not just comics, little things here and there.
Yeah.
And you're like, why do I have this?
Why do I have this? And like, or like someone gave me this, like I inherited this, and like there's different reasons why it appeared in my garage,
And you feel bad for getting rid of stuff that was given to you or you inherited, but at the same time, like if it doesn't actually like apply to you, it's like
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, do I even need to keep it or not?
Yeah. So yeah, Tokame moved out of California a while ago.
23 years ago. Yeah, it's like, damn. Yeah, I envy you. Well, you stay in Florida, right?
Yeah, I'm in Florida. That's
cool, man.
I've been there since fucking off and on again. I moved down there with my parents in like '89, and I grew up there basically. I am in Florida, but I am not of Florida. I don't consider myself a Florida man. I'm actually from northern Indiana.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm a Hoosier, but went to college up in New Hampshire, so I've got a little New England in my blood.
That's cool,
as well.
man. Yeah. You're very, I'd say, I don't know.
I've been told that my accent is very, very neutral. It's not. I don't really sound like I'm from anywhere.
Nah, you don't.
Which
No.
which works out for me quite well because I can slap an accent on and it sticks pretty well. You know,
Right.
one of my favorites is of course the Scottish accent. I think that's because I like to drink Scotch so much.
Right.
So,
The
yeah.
Scotch. What do you feel about the wee heavies?
The wee heavies.
The Scotch. What it's a Scotch ale. It's its own like fucking genre now of beer. I think
yeah, I've had a few Scotch ales. They're pretty fucking tasty, man.
like one of them, Einstock makes a wee heavy.
God, I love.
I like that one. It's my favorite. And then what's it? Oscar Blues. They make a wee heavy called Old Chub. You probably heard of that one.
Oh, Old Chub, yeah,
You
man.
up, like 3 beers.
Yeah.
Fuck you up, dude.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And like
Old
me, I don't
Chub's
really
great.
drink that much anymore. Like my tolerance is really low. Like I only drink on this show and usually and like maybe once or twice a week, you know. And I kind of chilled on the beer. I don't really drink beer that much anymore. I drink more like like whiskey and bourbon and rums now. I don't know.
Since the beginning of we're in 2024 now. Last year I started doing keto, so I don't really drink a whole lot of beer. Like I'll have beer when I come up here to South Carolina to visit Feline because there are so many fucking awesome breweries and distilleries around here.
Really?
She gets these fucking wicked cool passport things, and we'll go and you get like a 16-ounce pour, or you get a flight. Oh man! So I'll save up like the carbs for that. But when I'm at home, it's usually just Scotch. But yeah, man. There's a place called the Wandering Bard Meadery that she took me to, and it's so fucking cool. We the first time we went there, we got a bunch of different flights of their different meads.
Fuck yeah!
I do love me some mead.
My best friend lives out there. You said South Carolina?
South Carolina, yeah.
Lives up by like Columbus. I think it's like a college town or something like that. He just bought a house out there. He just got up and moved, man. My guitar player, dude, my best friend Dave, that deal our music. So he left, like just moved out. He might be watching. If you are, what up, Dave?
What up?
But I want to go out there and visit him, dude. Maybe sometime.
Dude, it's beautiful up here.
Maybe I'll hit you up if you're hanging out with your lady.
Yeah, dude.
We can meet up sometime and go and kick it someday.
That would be fucking awesome. I would love to hang out, man. It would be awesome to meet more of the friends that I've made over. I've met a few. I've met a few, but it would be awesome to meet more of the friends that I've made in this scene. Especially the ones that I've known from the fucking beginning. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I met Dillard like a couple months ago. He had a couple barbecues.
Yeah.
But he had one, and then fucking I met him, Plagle. Fucking Hex.
Bascom went out there.
I miss Bascom because I told my kids I'd take them to the Great Wolf Lodge that weekend. I was gonna go too, but I was like, damn, I wanted to meet fucking Bascom, but I had the tickets and everything. So
kids are only kids for so long. You gotta enjoy the time.
100%, man. 100%. No wine coolers.
Nah,
I don't know, man. They give me an instant hangover.
Coolers.
They just like too much sugar,
Exactly. But yeah, dude, when you hit up South Carolina, man, there are a bunch of amazing distilleries and breweries, and I wouldn't know about any of them without Feline.
And then the barbecue,
taking me,
right?
Yeah.
You got barbecue out there, like killer barbecue,
there's some
right?
delicious barbecue. There is so much good food around here. It's ridiculous. Not to mention like the amazing food that I get made while I'm staying here with my lady because she's an amazing cook and chef. But there's a bunch of different places that we've gone to, and I'm just like, damn, like just good fucking food up here, man. So yeah, you will not be hurting for good grub up here, especially if you like Mexican food.
That's my favorite, man. That's why
there are so many damn good Mexican restaurants here. It's really,
I love it.
It's amazing. El Salvadorian, stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot of stuff up here, man. But yeah, it's beautiful up here, man. If leaving Florida, I might just end up here in this house with Feline just because it's fucking great up here, man.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. Awesome. It's good stuff up here. I like it. Plus, it's change of seasons. Down in Florida, we don't get too much of a change of seasons. It's usually just hot and then hot and sweaty, muggy. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, that sounds cool. Like a cool change,
She says there's a rum distillery about 20 miles from her place. Yeah, this is nice. True.
That's fucking awesome. I'd have to check that out too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. There's a lot of creativity up here, especially when it comes to food and beverage, man. A lot of people doing some fun stuff.
Doing their thing.
Yeah, microbreweries and stuff like that. There was one place where like they literally just had them. You'll have to help me out, Feline. The one that had the you were like, oh, I can't believe they have all the brewing tanks like right there in the thing, because you're literally sitting. It's a long narrow hallway, and you've got the bar on one side, the seating, and then on the other side you've got a bar to keep people out. But then there's like the actual brewing tanks.
Right there, huh?
Yeah.
Right on the floor.
Yeah, right on the floor, man. You can see them right when you come in. It's pretty incredible. Sierra Nevada's not far away. Tetron, yes, I think that's the one. That was the one that was right close to the club.
Up in the club.
There was a place behind that was all shuttered up, and I believe it was called DA Club. And it looked like it had been shuttered up recently. Yep, LOL. Yep, that's the one. But yeah, man, it's cool, man. I like it up here, and yeah, like I said, change of seasons, and it is a nice change of pace.
Change of seasons is something like, I don't know, like people really love that, man. You know what I mean? Like just getting those 4 different types of weathers. Yeah,
I mean, I get to wear my leather jacket. Like I've got a leather coat that I've had since college, and down in Florida, I never get to fucking wear it, like ever. Like this long sleeve shirt that I'm wearing right now is probably about the most layering that I get to do in Florida, except for like maybe 2 or 3 days.
So Brian,
hey, what's up, Brian? Good to see you, man. So yeah, it's nice to be able to actually wear a coat. You get those flannel sleep pants for Christmas,
nice
and they're super fucking comfy and cozy, but it's so rarely cold down in Florida that I never get to wear those either. So I'm enjoying my leather coat up here. I'm wearing the nice warm comfy flannel sleep pants. So yeah, it's nice. It's a nice change of pace.
Oh yeah, I love wearing my I like usually like my wife will give me some PJs like once a year, and like I'll wear them once. Like damn, these are so comfy, and then I'm like, oh, I never wear them again.
It's hot. They're comfy, but damn, I'm sweating. So yeah,
So you're like you're a Renaissance artist, Luke. You're actually starting. You're working on a book right now, right? The Mercenary Guild, if I'm not understanding, right?
Yep. I am. I'm about 10 pages into it. Inking.
So
I'm penciling and inking.
Oh fuck yeah! Okay.
We've got a dude named Frank Walk doing the colors on it.
Okay.
And we've got Eric Weathers doing the letters.
Oh fuck yeah!
Yeah, man.
That's awesome. Yep. And then when you're doing it, so you're working from a script right now, or how do you what's your process? Would you be down to walk me through that a little bit?
Sure. Yeah. Basically, they give me like a breakdown of what they'd like to happen on the page. It's being published through Shattermare Comics.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember the variant cover I did a couple years ago for Hardly Heroes #7. They're a local publishing company out of Jacksonville.
Oh shit! Oh okay, yeah. That's cool.
And let's see, if just a second, and I actually have a print of that cover. Let me see if I can find the one that is safe for work.
Oh, nice.
Because there was one that was not safe for work. But yeah, that is definitely not safe for work. Okay, there's the good one. All right, so this is the cover that I did for Hardly Heroes #7. It's
oh yeah, I remember that, dude.
Yeah,
fucking badass, dude.
So this is Shattermare Comics, and this is the company that we're going to be doing Mercenary Guild through. I guess it was last year at MegaCon. I talked to Brian, and he's like, "Hey man, I've got this book. It's a dark fantasy book, and we're looking for an artist." And I was like, you know what? I think I'm down to draw some pages. Because I had stopped working at the comic book shop the year prior, August the year prior. And I wanted to go to conventions. I wanted to start interviewing people again. I wanted to start doing this comic book artist thing full time.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, well, we're working on the script. And so they've kind of break down what they want on each page, and then they kind of leave it up to me to figure out what the best layout is going to be. So I got a lot of creative freedom when it comes to how the pages look.
That's always good,
the storytelling. Because I've been reading comics since I was 3. Comics have always been a part of my life.
Right.
And there are certain things that you pick up on when you read comics a lot. That's just a lot of things just kind of come naturally to you. The story, the flow, the way pages work together. I mean, I'm not saying that the pages are always perfect, and they always give me notes if something doesn't read. But Brian from Shattermare, they're a new company. He's not he didn't grow up reading comics like I did, but he loves comics, and otherwise he wouldn't have started a publishing company.
Right.
And so it's fun to work with the team because I can explain why I did a page a certain way that I did, and they can then see it. But it also gives me perspective because they don't see things like a normal comic book reader. They see things from a more for lack of a better term, normie perspective.
That's good though. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it makes it more readable and more accessible to those that haven't been ensconced in comic books their whole life. So we've got a good team, man. We're working well together, and the notes that I get are always good. It's always good to get an outside perspective. Someone that can help you see the forest from the trees. And speaking of which, Feline always sees what I do first. I'm sure you always show your lady what you're working on, and get perspective
always
from her. So
can
Feline's
you
always
see
my
what's going
second
on
set
right
of
here?
eyes. Yeah.
And I'm not going to tell you what's going on, but can you because she doesn't read comics. I've got her a couple Catwoman back in the day. What do you think? You like that?
Yeah.
But and she's like, yeah, what's that? What the fuck is that? Or what's going on right here? In so many words, I'm like, oh, okay, fuck.
Help you see things that you're blind to because you've got the story up here. You know what's going on. You know what your thought process was.
Yeah.
But you show I show Feline, and then she'll ask the question that I was completely blind to. I wasn't even thinking in that direction. So it's always great to have that. And then I've also got the editorial team that gives me that as well. I've got a lot of good people in my corner helping me get the book done, but I'm actually working all digital right now.
I'm about to say, so you're doing all digital now?
Yep, I'm working all digital just because it's a little faster. And Brian and Shattermare, they were more used to working with somebody that was working all digital, so they could do edits. One of the fears that Brian had was, if we don't work digital, then if you need to change something, it's going to be, a big giant pain in the ass to change things.
Right.
And I was like, I mean, that's what paste ups are for, that's why you can just draw the specific panel and you cut it out and put it on the page and whatnot. So, I mean, I finally found an inking brush that I really like.
Really?
So it's working well for me. I'm working in Photoshop. I've got
really?
an old as
send me that brush because that's
dude. I will. Yeah, totally.
I don't use Photoshop, but I mean, one day, if there's a book that people really like,
right,
I'm probably gonna have to go digital so I can work really fast. Because for me, that's always been my thing. You know what I mean? Because
it helps with it helps with a
little bit.
Fixing things, like editing things, going back and fixing things. There are some days though where I really wish I was doing it traditional, because you put the ink down and you got to roll with it. You can't just sit there and noodle with it and dick with it. And so it's a balance. Sometimes I think there are days that I think, what, it'd be easier if I was just doing this traditional, because I lay that ink down and just go.
Boom, boom, boom.
And then you have the originals.
You have the OGs. Yeah, you could.
Yep. So it's
something you got to weigh. You know what I mean? And I've been thinking about that lately too. Not to go too much off what you're saying, but do I want to have original art, or do I want to have because you can go faster with digital. And so
You
with that being
can.
said, like you look at like Donald's shit's fucking dope delay. You know what I mean? He's quick.
Oh, I love
Took him
Donald.
years
He
probably
makes
to get
me
there.
fucking sick with how
But you see what
quickly
I'm
he can
saying?
get shit done.
I look at him.
Totally.
He's probably like my digital, like the guy that I like look up to for digital stuff, right?
Sure.
And you know, you just him and Graham Nolan. So you get in there and you handle it, boom, boom, boom. You find out the things that you need. What's the most important, impactful thing on the page? You know what I mean? And get it going and tell the story. You know. And so it's like, do you want to have art or do you want to have a body of work? And ultimately, at the end of the day, like I want to have like a body of work, man. I want to have.
You can always make originals. You know, you can always make original artwork based on the characters that you can sell.
That's true. And then you could do like the cover could be an OG, the back cover can be an OG, and then maybe some cards and the posters could be an OG. You know, that's all. I mean, I've thought about this shit like 100 times. You know, well, I mean, but right now I'm going OG, but one day that comes,
there is something to be said about having that paper in hand and putting ink down on the page, man. I've found, especially since I've started working digitally, I've found that I do a lot of the drawing. I guess the rendering is what I mean when I go into the inking.
Me too.
You know, a lot of the light and the shadows and stuff like that come in when I'm inking. When I'm penciling, it's just it's getting the shapes down there, getting the lines down there, so that you know I know where I'm going to be putting the ink lines down. But then when I come in with the inks, it's you know that's where you bring in like the deep dark blacks, and you know you get those lines and the rendering.
Man. Like you just drop the fucking paint bucket, dude, with the blacks, you know, instead of sitting there like fucking, you know what I mean, like just like the black, just like that, you know what I mean, like that for me, that's a lot, dude, you know, and like I don't know, man. It's a cool way to do it too, you know.
With some of the stuff that I've been doing with Mercenary Guild so far, there are obviously like solid dark shapes, solid blacks, but a lot of stuff I've actually just been filling it in with lines just to get a texture, because a lot of digital stuff, it always feels kind of sterile.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And obviously, it
needs more mistakes. It needs mistakes and spontaneity.
You got to have that jitter, man. You know, and they try to add it into the brush, and it's like, no. You got to have the right amount of like noise or you know,
magic. Grit and magic and soulfulness and mistakes. And the stuff that is just totally off, like just really scratchy, punky, like all those words. You know what I mean?
Don't let the computer smooth it out. You know, a lot of the problem I have with digital stuff is it all feels too smooth. It doesn't really feel like traditional art. What I've heard when showing you know, the stuff that I've been working on is that it feels traditional. You know, a lot of people say that it comes across as traditional. They wouldn't have known that I was doing digital until I said something. So
that's good.
Yeah. So that's why I've been, instead of like just filling in all black, I've been, you know, a lot of like hatching. You know, just getting them lines all in one direction to give that texture,
fun, right?
That feel. Oh yeah, man. You know, and sometimes being able to hit Control Z is almost more of a curse than it is a blessing, because you know, you throw that line down, you're like, no, that ain't right. No, that ain't right. No, that ain't right. And you know, you can
zoom in. I heard
some dude, no, that's another
that's
trap,
what Preston
man.
was telling me. He's like, dude, you just keep zooming in. And I'm like, that was the other thing. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just going to say, you got that little thing in the background, and you want to zoom in so you can draw it perfectly, but then you zoom out and you're like, hey, nobody gonna fucking see that shit when it goes to print, you know. But I guess you could also think about digital, because you know, a lot of stuff is published digitally now. You know, you do have digital versions, especially for our friends overseas, that you know, shipping is an absolute goddamn nightmare for them. You know, they appreciate the digital tier, so they get the digital and they can actually zoom in and see it. And so it's a balance, man. Trying to find that balance between getting shit done quickly and also putting the quality in. You know, making sure it looks good.
Well, I was going to say too, like, do you do your thumbnails, your layouts, or whatnot? However you say it. You know, everybody calls them different things. Do you do those traditionally, or do you do those digitally as well?
Digitally, yeah. That's actually, I think, the biggest boon for me digitally is being able to have things in layers when I do my layouts, because because that's
Oh
where the
yeah,
bulk of the editing comes in
that's where all the
for my
energy,
stuff.
right? It's contained. It's not
Well,
lost, right?
just like the shapes, the shape languages, moving things here and there, like make
Mhm.
this a little bit bigger, being able to resize stuff or bump something over a
Remove the
little
head
bit.
and the neck
You
and
know, you draw
decapitate it
something,
and
you get
reposition
like
it.
a tangent, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah. Fucking
and
hate
being
that
able to
shit.
bump something over just a little bit that way so you don't have that tangent that is
Yeah.
just going to absolutely drive you
Oh
batshit
yeah,
if you
yeah.
don't
No,
fix it. Yeah.
I get those all the time. I'm like, oh, 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 oh well.
Nope, can't do it. Can't do it. You gotta, and you can't leave it because it will absolutely
Stuck
drive you
with it.
nuts if you don't fix it. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't leave that shit. So that's probably the biggest boon for me when it comes to digital is being able to move things and fix little minor things like that before the pencils are set and we're going to inks, and the ink process is usually pretty straightforward.
I like that, man. Like for me,
Yeah.
like I just see people like different thousands of artists, on social media, like how they have, their layouts, then they do their pencils over the layouts on another layer,
Yep.
then they do their inks on another layer, then they do
Yep.
their rendering on another layer, then they do their drop blacks on another layer. And I'm just like, fuck, dude, that like I could,
It's a
but
process, man.
I will. Sorry, what were you saying?
No, go ahead, man.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, piggyback on your thing about digital, man. Like for me, like the thing about digital, what I got into it, I never really read too many digital comics, but my buddy Miguel, he gave me Old Man Logan, and the version that he didn't give it to me, but he's like, hey, check this out, dude. And I was looking at it, and the cool thing about digital is not even just as a storytelling mechanic, so you don't see the fucking right page. So it's not there's no foreshadowing, there's no spoilers. So when
One
we're reading
page
comics,
at a time. Yeah.
but when we're reading comics by proxy, we're spoiling the story no matter what, the human
Sure.
eye. So there's no spoilers in digital. So that's like the one takeaway, like fuck digital, And for me, I'm more of a traditional guy. I don't do digital, but to me, that's the cool thing about it. There's no fucking spoilers,
Absolutely, man.
And the panels are interactive too a little bit if you know how to do all that shit,
I mean, yeah, that's actually interactive panels like that in sound, music, sound effects, that kind of thing. That's something that you can absolutely play around with digital. I'm a traditionalist. I love having a book in my hands. I love the smell of the book. I love the feel of the paper. Both Fiona and I have libraries of books. I mean, she's got an amazing library of books on the other side of this wall. But I love having the feel of a real book in my hands.
Me too.
But when I'm traveling, having a tablet that has 4,000 comic books on it that I can just read the entire run of Poison Elves, the entire run of Lady Death.
Oh right, yeah.
I mean, just being able to just go there and at a whim, for reference, it's an amazing reference tool. But yeah. I love a real book. Give me a real comic book in my hands that I can read, that I can smell, especially old ones, man. I love the smell of old comic books on newsprint.
I love the smell of books.
Alternate books, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's the ink on the newsprint, man.
Yeah.
Yep, and alternate books, man. All Pete's books smell like that. They've got that feel, that smell to them. Not to mention
for that new book they got coming out. That's on the crossover with King Cryptid and Blood Realm. That's going to be a good one.
Oh hell yeah, dude! Blood Realm's a fucking fun book, and so is King Cryptid. If you guys haven't read King Cryptid yet, that book is just phenomenal. He's got that feel of like an old classic, like 80s Marvel comic book.
Pops,
what up, Pops? How's it going, man? But yeah, man, that's the one thing about digital that I like, is that you can take like an entire library of books with you, on a tablet.
On the go.
You can look at them at a reference. Yeah. So you are never without reading material. But I don't know about you, but when I go to a new place, I like to go find a new comic shop. I like to go see.
Oh yeah.
What maybe they got that one issue here that I can't find in my local shop. I need to go check that out.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. There's a lot of shops around here too. Like when I first, that's what I would do. Like I'd made my book, and then I would go to the stores and see if I would hustle, and see if I could get into some shops and go in the back and dive in the bin and see if they got any Lobo back there, maybe some old Swamp Thing or something.
Hell yeah, dude.
But I got a question for you, man. You're probably not gonna like it, but what's your favorite metal band?
Oh fuck. That's. I mean, it's a great question. Okay. I'm
Only pick
gonna
one.
get. I'm gonna. I'm gonna
Can't pick
get.
one, then you can
I
do
gotta
three.
pick one. Okay. Well, I mean, if I'm gonna get pedantic, I'm gonna break it into genres. Favorite like death metal band, is probably.
Probably hard. You're down there with all those fuckers in Florida.
I know, dude. It started. I mean,
Where it
classic.
started, right?
I love Death. Like straight
Floridian
up
death.
Death. Chuck and Company from Death. I love them. Favorite Viking metal band, obviously Amon Amarth.
Yeah,
Favorite industrial metal band, Fear Factory.
yeah,
Like Fear,
yeah,
Fear Factory is what got me into metal. Like a
yeah.
buddy of mine introduced me to Obsolete, and it was right at the same time that the Matrix was coming out. So it was just like, the whole Matrix thing with like, the machines versus man, and then this album with all of this like post-apocalyptic dark fucking imagery. And dude, I remember the first time I listened to Shock, I damn near blew out the speakers in my fucking car. Because it's got this bass drop that if you're not prepared for it, it will literally blow out your fucking speakers.
Right.
Just shock, boom, and then the drums are just going from then on, man. So yeah, three favorite bands. Three of my favorite bands are those, and I will always have a soft spot for Static X. I don't know exactly where people consider them falling into, whether they're industrial or new metal. I
I would
really
consider them industrial alternative metal,
Yeah.
maybe.
Well, they called themselves Evil Disco, but
What do you think of the new lineup? Have you heard it yet? Have you heard the new album?
Oh yeah, I mean, we
good or what?
listen. We all know that Zero is Edsel dope. Like if
Right,
you
it's
listen,
dope, right?
if you listen to him sing, it's like, come on, we can tell it's you, Edsel. But I respect the fact that he's trying not to become the front man of Static X.
Right.
He's trying to keep the focus on like, hey, this is a character. This is we're paying homage to Wayne. And I think that's cool. Yeah,
he's calling himself Zero. It's almost like he's like, I'm not worthy. Like I'm Zero.
Well, he was a big friend to Wayne. Like they were good friends. They went on tour all the time.
He goes pretty hard with the makeup too. Like I've seen.
Oh,
I remember
dude,
seeing Static at shows, like being like just going and seeing like fucking like Swedish death metal bands. He would just be kind of walking around and shit. Like I see him at shows all the time, dude. Back in like fucking 12 years ago or something, like House of Blues. I remember I went and seen On Fire, Children of Bodom, Lamb of God, and Soil Work. It was all one show. It was in Long Beach, and I saw him walking around in there.
Dude, I never got to see the OG lineup of Static X. They never played anywhere near. Well, they still don't play anywhere near me in Florida. Like I got to drive to fucking Tampa if I want to see them, or actually Atlanta's closer. But you know what? They always play Fort Wayne, Indiana, which is where my family is from in Indiana. It's like, fucking seriously, you guys gonna play the hometown up there? But so yeah, I'm hoping at some point I'm gonna get a chance to check them out. I like the new lineup.
It's cool
because it's the original lineup plus
new
character.
To me it's look like cool. You know what I mean? Like like if it fit. You know what I mean? Like
absolutely.
Sort of,
well, and I like the fact that they found all of these old recordings, all these old unfinished recordings from like the Shadow Zone days and going into Start of War. Like that was a really good era of Static X. They weren't the heaviest, but they were catchy. They were writing some good shit back then. And then they took that stuff and they made it darker and louder and crunchier, and then they got the original band members to come in. Like Project Regeneration Volume 1, I fucking love that album, dude. Like it's good shit, man. There's so many catchy songs on there. Like Otsego Placebo is a fucking great song. Yeah, just I don't know, man. I'm really hoping I get a chance to see Static X.
You gotta go see him, man. Like I have this talk with people come on. Like if you can, this band you gotta go fucking see him. It's like Motorhead's gone, Slayer's gone. Like the people,
I got to see Slayer before they were gone. I got to see
even
Slayer
bands you don't like that much, like that you think are kind of cool. Like even if you got the money, go fucking watch them. Go see the Eagles or go see. You know what I mean though? Like obviously we're gonna hit our metal, but it's just like, dude, people are just fucking dropping, dude. You know?
Yeah, I mean, that's, yeah. People, hard lifestyles, man, not taking care of themselves, and, people aren't as young as they used to be.
Oh yeah, dude.
Cyber metal. Yeah, I can see that, especially with the new album. Dude, they did a cover of Nine Inch Nails' "Terrible Lie." That's fucking great.
I have to check that out. There's this one band too that my buddy he fucking put me on. They're from Germany. They've been around for fucking ever. They're called Core, and that's
okay.
Yeah, and they sound like Fear Factory and In Flames, and then they all dress up like they all dress up like Cyrax, and they're like, we don't play. And they've been around like fucking 15 years. And I'm like, how did I not? I mean, like, they're not reinventing the wheel or anything. But I'm just like, dude, how did I not know about these guys? These guys are they're just solid. And they sound like In Flames meets fucking Fear Factory. They got that like the production, everything. And it's like, damn, these fools are fucking dope. And now they do the whole, this is another topic, but they do the whole I'm dropping a single thing. Instead of albums, they're dropping singles now instead of albums, which is understandable, but it's kind of like, I'm an album dude.
Oh, yeah, but, definitely.
I understand the market, and that's how some things are going, So
I can understand the whole single thing, like, because I have a lot of music on my phone.
Yep.
I've got, as a matter of fact, I usually listen to music on my phone.
Yeah.
Except recently, I've found that I've been listening to a lot of music and discovering a lot of new music through YouTube. Like, you start listening to some music, and new shit will pop up. I'll get new bands that show up just because before the Who became super popular, I found out about them on YouTube, and then Bloodywood before they got popular. I heard them on YouTube like fucking years ago. Just so if start looking for music, on and try weird things. There's a bunch of crazy stuff. The Silver Black is an Italian kind of industrial metal band that I discovered the other day. I guess this was a few months ago, but they're pretty fucking cool. It's different. They do some singing. I mean, and Flesh God Apocalypse is another one of my favorite bands.
Those dudes are solid, dude.
Oh man, fucking death metal with fucking Italian opera. Yes, fucking please, man.
Oh yeah, you can't go wrong with that.
And then Bloodywood. Yeah.
We're talking about
stuff, man.
Your project, Mercenary Guild. I actually have a link right here for people to sign up. I was wondering if I could share it. Maybe we could talk about it a little bit more.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So before we get too far, I did get to see Slayer, Behemoth, and Lamb of God at a show in St. Augustine before Slayer finished up their tour. Man, they started playing Rain and Blood, and that place just fucking erupted.
An explosion.
Oh, dude, it was fucking ridiculous. But yeah, go see your favorite bands while you can.
I want to go see Amon Amarth again. That was actually the last band I've seen. I haven't been out in a while. There's this band called Winter Sun. I don't know if you've heard Winter Sun before. They're from Finland.
Yeah. Christopher John actually sent me a link to some of their stuff. They're pretty badass.
Check out the album Winter Sun. That it took him. It's the guitar player from in Saphirium, another Viking metal band from Finland. I've seen them with Amon Amarth 10 years ago, and then that's what got me on. That's what fucking got me on Winter Sun. And then this dude was like, "I'm putting an album out." It took him 10 years to put the first album out, and like he was trying to get a computer to hold all the tracks because each song has like 200 tracks just of instruments.
Jesus. Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
So, but this is over like the past 15 years or more or something like that. And, but they've gotten bigger and they put out more albums, but yeah, they're fucking dope, dude. I guarantee you'll like some of their songs.
Hell yeah.
But we got the Mercenary Guild right here.
Mercenary Guild.
So without maybe, I don't know, man, maybe without you might be able to give me like a little synopsis about this.
Well, yeah, dude, it's dark fantasy, and as you can see, I can try to do my announcer voice. In a small town on a remote island, which has been ravaged by war, and evil that was once thought to have been banished still lurks deep within the land, and now it is awakening again. In this community torn between two factions, a group of outcast adventurers strives to rebuild their lives and make this island their home. However, they are not alone. As darkness encroaches upon the weary citizens, the only hope they have left is the Mercenary Guild, which stands in its way. From the mind of William J. Headland, featuring the art of Luke Alietta, Shadowmere Comics proudly presents Mercenary Guild. Embark on this 76-page dark fantasy adventure that has been influenced by the works of Robert E. Howard, R.A. Salvatore, and 80s fantasy horror films and comics. I had to remember what that last word was there. I helped write this, but it was a while ago.
That's awesome, man. It makes me think about, like Conan and Solomon Kane and Cole, and also like Salvatore,
that's
like
what we're going for.
I love Drist. Yeah. I read the first two graphic novels, but I never read the third one. I really got into that book, that character. I like this right here.
Yeah.
You got the newsletter form right here. You guys could sign up for that.
Yep. And if you do, then you will get, let's see, is this that? Yeah, you will get this this exclusive McCall, the Elven Sorceress trade.
Let's see here. Oh, nice.
Yeah, this is Nicole. She is the Elven Sorceress. She's part of the Mages Guild, which is the rival guild. They were talking about the factions in town. This is this card art will actually be on the campaign for sale. This is traditionally inked. Got ink wash in the background. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Penciled it digitally, printed it out, and then inked it traditionally. But yeah, man, this is gonna be a fun book. Dark fantasy. The characters for this book actually started out as characters in an online RPG. You remember back in the day when you used to have to type into forums to play an RPG? Well, that's where these characters came from. William is an old school RPG type. So yeah, if you sign up now, when you back the book, you will get this card.
Oh yeah, I'm just putting this in the chat, so you guys could go and sign up right now for that. I'm excited for this, man. I can't wait to see like where what's going on with the story. Just the way
I can't wait for you guys to see this. To be honest with you, let's see. Maybe I can bring up a little something for you guys to see. I'll give you a little exclusive sneak peek. We're going to be having a 5-page preview shortly. We're just getting it all done.
When you launch the book too, you gotta make sure to come back on the show, man.
Oh yeah, dude. I am
so we can
totally
talk. I know we can't talk about it too much, but a little bit. Once it explodes, people know about it.
All right, let's see. I believe
Mud.
That one. Yeah. Go ahead and share my screen here. Window. All right. So, give you a look at the first page. This is the first page, unlettered. Give me a little exclusive look here.
This is fucking dope, dude.
Thank you, sir.
I like your panel layouts, man.
Thank you. And I wanted to kind of kick things off in high gear, and give a visual impression as soon as you open the book. So yeah, as you can see, the goblins are it's a goblin invasion of a little town, or the outskirts of town. They're going in and they're wreaking havoc. So this is page 1.
That's cool, man. It's good. It's an awesome way to open up the story. You know what I mean?
Thank you. So this is Slash and Scuzz. I was told to make these two recognizable, so you will see them later on in the story. And as you can see, the big bad is given orders. All
I like that. Then you got the dude in the foreground right there too. Who's that?
Yeah.
Little mystery.
Exactly. And let's see. I'll show you. Let's see. I think this is it. Yeah. And this is it leads into a 2-page spread.
Oh, I like that.
Thank you, sir.
It's destroying shit.
Yeah, man. These goblins are they're not nice. Not nice goblins. So they're wreaking havoc, absolutely destroying the outskirts of this town, leaving dead bodies in their wake. I mean, you got this guy right up here on top of the building. He's just happy as shit to be a goblin setting shit on fire.
I'll burn this motherfucker down.
Exactly. You got these guys here, and I think this guy right here. He's just having a ball being a fucking evil goblin. But this guy right up here, I think, is probably my favorite.
Oh, that's scary right there.
Yeah. So yeah, man, this is part of the 5-page preview. I've showed some of these on topic lists before. Yeah,
that's awesome, man.
And this is page 4. The 5-page preview will be fully colored as well.
Ooh, nice. I love this line work though, man.
Thank you. And see, this is what I'm talking about with like the texture. You know,
yeah.
I didn't want to just do solid blacks in certain places. I wanted to make sure that there was a lot of texture. And also, I mean, indie comics, man. Indie comics, a lot of it is black. I forgot that was that was a bare breast there. Sorry about that.
It's all good.
But indie comics, man. The black and white. That grit.
Yeah,
that
man.
texture.
Poison elves, the crow.
Exactly.
Also, like some of your stuff kind of reminds me of Vigil a little bit, man. Tim Vigil a little.
Dude, that is huge compliment. Thank you, man.
I've been following him on he's just he's hard to get a hold of, but he's more dominant. He's starting to become more dominant on Twitter now.
I've been noticing, man. I've been trying to retweet stuff when I see it.
I'm like, dude, get on here, get out here more. You know what I mean? You got fans out here, Bo. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Ooh, I like this. So, yeah. I like this right here.
Thanks, man. Yeah, this is our 5-page preview. And as you can see, she's grabbing that knife like mom ain't going down without a fight.
It's like my favorite genre, man. I love dark fantasy horror,
Yeah. You see, dark fantasy really lends itself well to horror. You can really kind of lean into it, but it doesn't have to be, full-blown horror.
Yeah.
But yeah. So unfortunately she gets zapped with a death bolt there, and she starts desiccating immediately.
Well, I mean, that's some horror right there too.
Yeah.
I mean, the goblins were gonna, and then he comes in and then he gives her some horror. It's just like, fuck. That's fucking metal, dude.
Thanks, man. So yeah, that's what we're doing. That's the first 5 pages. So, yeah.
He's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, basically the goblins are the goblins are getting a little bad, and Big Bad comes in and says, "Hey, this is what I fucking told you to do," and he makes them get back to work.
Stick to the script.
Yeah, exactly. And thank you, Feline. Yeah, she's been seeing this every step of the way. I actually drew quite a bit of this and inked quite a bit of this up here while visiting her. So she's been seeing this from the beginning. Thank you, Seth. I appreciate it, man. I am so excited for you guys to see the rest of it. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of Mercenary Guild. I really think you guys are gonna have fun with this.
Oh yeah, man. I'm already signed up. I can't wait. I'm glad to see you got this book coming out. I'm excited, man. It's again just talking about bringing the fucking energy back to the movement, man. Moving the fucking energy around,
100%, man. We're looking to give people, a fun book that they can sink their teeth into and really sit down and enjoy. You know, especially if you like fantasy. There seems to be a hunger, like there seems to be a desire for good fantasy stories. You know.
Oh yeah, it's big right now, dude. Like fantasy, fucking sword and sorcery. I know I've always loved it just because it, just that's my jam, So, but people are really starting to pick up on that. Westerns too, man. Anything that's kind of opposite.
I love the fact that westerns are coming back. Like as a kid, I didn't really appreciate westerns.
No,
I'd watch them with my dad. I found them boring.
I fucking not Gunsmoke, not Bonanza. But now I'm like, now that shit comes on, anything western, I just sit down and start watching it. I love it.
Well, you know what's funny, man? You go back and you watch some of that stuff, and you're like, wow, these are actually really well crafted stories that you kind of just dismissed without offhandedly. But yeah, man, I think it's. I mean, stories go in cycles. It's cyclical. So it's like the westerns kind of got brushed to the side for a while, and now I think they're starting to come back.
Starting to trickle back in.
Yeah, because people realize that there's good stories to be told there. There's adventure, there's excitement, there's really human characters that you can tell good stories with. And there's a lot of parallels, at least in my opinion, to fantasy and westerns. You can do a lot of horror in westerns as well.
It's horror in a way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, it's not post-apocalyptic, but it kind of lends itself to that a lot. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then
sure,
that's just the way I've always kind of looked at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's
totally
pretty horrific, and it's not. In theory, it could like not be that far off. If
that's true.
World fucks up a little bit.
Shit goes sideways enough. We all might find ourselves out in in Wild West times again.
Oh yeah,
man,
man.
Like it or not,
sheriffs and whatnot.
And suddenly having to homestead, having to actually be able to grow your own food, having to defend your land.
Yeah.
I mean that's real shit, man.
I hope it doesn't come that far. I think this year's
hope
going to
not
be a
as
good
well,
year, man.
but I'm fully of the opinion that being able to grow your own food, make your own stuff, being able to be as self-sufficient as possible is a good thing. I feel like those are things that we as people should know. Modern. I love my modern convenience as much as anybody else, but some of it has made us a little soft. Not being able.
Yeah, it's like something that like it's kind of our duty to know that stuff, even if we don't.
Because I mean, what if something goes catastrophic and we don't have this technology anymore? What do we do?
Yeah.
A lot of us are shit out of luck.
Yeah, totally. I'm shit creek.
Yep. It's essential.
So I was wondering, man, you got a favorite movie?
Fuck, man. Favorite movie? Damn,
you don't have one, then you could pick three.
Well, I mean, the first movie that came to mind is probably The Crow. I've watched that movie a lot. I love the visuals of that film. I love the way it's shot.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the comic book, obviously. The original graphic novel by James O'Barr is fantastic. It's moody, it's emotional, it's heartbreaking, and the movie really captured that. But, before I had ever read the graphic novel, I loved that movie just because, it was so visually striking.
Right.
So yeah, that's probably, I would say that's probably one of, if not my favorite movie. Still really love the original X-Men flick. It wasn't as on point as it could have been, but it still kind of broke the whole thing out of like, hey, this is actually a decent flick with comic book characters in it. I remember people, just going gaga over it, and I'm like, yeah, I've been reading stories about these characters for fucking decades. Welcome to the party, pal.
Well, I mean, like there's that one scene, right? Hugh Jackman out of shape, but fighting in a cage, right? And just that whole intro, he's never gonna be like the only time he got like that close to that character of being that like raw, I think was in that movie Logan. And I don't even think it was him so much. It was that fucking villain of him, that clone of him, the evil clone. Like you didn't get that. I mean, it's two different feelings. For me, that was more of like almost like a techno slasher, like the Terminator. Like he was like the
Sure.
T-1000,
Yeah.
and that I got that terror. I guess they're two different emotions, but that first
The
appearance of him,
unstoppable killing machine. Yeah.
first
No,
movie,
I hear you.
yeah, and you don't get that again. He's played him like fucking 1,000 times, and you're not going to get it in Deadpool either. But you do get it in that one scene, and he's
I
not even
totally
in
forgot they
in
were
full
doing
shape,
that movie.
totally out of shape and shit. You know what I mean? Compared to
Mhm.
what he is now, he's a fucking muscle like monster. You know.
Right.
But I would love to just see more of that. Like I want to be afraid of Wolverine. You know.
Yeah, I think
But
it's
yeah,
a
man.
fucking travesty that it took 17 years to get a rated R Wolverine movie. Like, Wolverine to
Right.
me will always be, that cigar chomping, short
Yep.
fuse, like, Ronin with a sense of honor, trying to keep his animalistic nature in check,
Yeah.
and like that berserker fury, like
It's
I
hard to
don't
nail
know.
him down.
Yeah. Well, he's honestly, they've given too much to his backstory. Now we know entirely too much about him, and it's ruined his mystique, in my opinion. Uh-oh. Matt froze. Wolverine got him. But yeah, in my opinion, Wolverine's been kind of way too humanized. Yeah, Matt was roboting, and now he's full blown froze. Yeah, that raw werewolf mentality with metal claws. Yeah, exactly, Tokame.
Yep.
Hey, there he is. There he's back.
Sorry about that.
That's all
Yeah.
right, dude. It happens, man. It happens.
Yeah, I've been
But
having
yeah,
some shitty internet connection the past like couple months, but that was the first one of the stream. I'm surprised it took that long. I like
Yeah.
Sabretooth a lot too, man. He was a big like that Sabretooth Max Teixeira book with the die cut cover. I fucking read the shit out of that as a kid.
Dude.
That was one of my favorite books.
Dude,
Yeah.
Tex is great. I love his stuff, man, and he's consistent. He's consistently good in everything he does. I actually got to hang out with Tex when I was working in Orlando. And you remember the Wolverine cover, Valley of Death? It's kind of red background. Wolverine's running forward. He's got his arms cocked back, and he's looking like he's running forward to like gut somebody. They did a little pewter figure on a stand that my dad gave me for Christmas one year, and it's like a Marvel milestone or something like that.
Yeah.
I had that figure, and I went over and got it from my house, and I took it over. And Tex actually, not only did he sign it, but he also did like a remark on the back, like recreating Wolverine's face on the little plastic on the back. So that is one of my prized possessions now. Not because not only did I get it signed by Tex and a little remark on it while I was hanging out with the dude having beers, but it's also something that my dad gave me. So it's
a double whammy.
Yeah, man, it means a lot to me. But yeah, Tex is good peeps, man. He always does good work. You ever read any of his Ghost Rider stuff that he did with Daniel Way?
Nah, man.
Really, really good
Check
shit,
it out,
man. Yeah,
I just
definitely
love the way he draws Sabretooth and the way he drew Wolverine, like just like the fucking the anatomy in that run. Really cool. One of my favorites, actually. If not, yeah, he's up there. He's up there with some of my favorite, and that was only a couple panels. He just fucking nailed it for me. I mean, I like Barry Windsor Smith. He's my favorite.
Oh, dude, that
Weapon
Weapon X.
The Weapon X is my favorite. It's that one scene where he's just like sitting there with the fucking cables, and it's just that. I always think of that. That's like, what the fuck is that? When I was a kid,
I remember the first time I read Weapon X, man. Like it just kind of blew my tiny mind. When I was a kid, because you read like the superhero spandex stuff, and that's what you're used to, and then you get to Marvel Comics Presents, and you read this Weapon X story, and you're like, oh shit, like this is some real stuff here. Like this is like the meat, muscle, and sinew underneath the spandex. This is raw and unfiltered. This is a real story. It felt like, I don't know. It felt like my eyes were opened to better writing, better story, story with more gravitas is, I guess, what I'm talking about. Not that, not that Claremont didn't have a lot of great stories with the X-Men, not that he didn't tell some good stories with Wolverine, and, not that there weren't some fun stuff in, his own book, but there's a gravitas about Weapon X that you didn't get from anything else at that time period. And
Right.
I dare say that very few things have actually gotten that same level of impact that Weapon X has. And God knows they've tried. Most of them failed miserably, but, there have been a few things that have gotten close. But yeah, that book, man, just kind of blew my mind as a kid. Just because I'd never read anything like that before. It was so raw and uncensored and unfiltered, like the blood, the gore, the dismemberment, the fucking the psychological fuckery of that story.
Uncaged.
Yeah, man.
Just
I really feel like that's where it should have ended as far as like backstory for Wolverine. Like I don't think we needed Wolverine Origins. I mean, I picked it up, I read it. I read the Wolverine Origins series. Adding all that stuff, but I don't know. I don't think we needed it, man. The website. I gotta add some new art pieces to the gallery, but if you guys want to get your very own Death Metal Hero beanie or T-shirts or beanbag covers, phone covers, hell, I've even got some imitation Chuck Taylors up there, and Mrs. Good Stuff actually ordered a pair of those, and she says they are remarkably comfortable. They're really comfy. So there's some fun stuff up there. I've got some ideas from some new merch as well that we'll be adding here in the next few months. Uh-oh. Matt froze again. But and he's out. Dude, Tokame, I can vouch for the shirts being very comfy. The printing is really good on them, and they're super comfy. Welcome back, sir.
Sorry about that, man.
It's all good, brother. It's all good.
But,
man, I've been doing this long enough. I can vamp. I
want people to check out your site, man. Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Got a lot of cool stuff on here. I'm sure you were talking about it when I was botting.
Yeah, I was just saying, you can get your very own beanie. Be aware that they do run large. So we've got there's small, there's medium, and then there's John Malin. So they're very comfy and they're very warm, but they're cool enough that you can wear them in like warmer climes. So I can actually wear this, in Florida without dying. And of course, have to have a sleeveless T-shirt because
I know I like that one.
Have to. And
I like the one with the hands too.
Cool. I have to admit I designed the one with the hands for Feline. My lady is busty, and they need the hand tanks. Right. Yes. I designed that one for Feline, and I figured might as well make it for the dudes as well. But got the Viking shirt up there. That's actually a Fragtober piece.
I remember that piece, dude. I remember that one. I was like, damn, what's that Viking piece he did?
Hell like yeah, that. Dude. Thanks, man.
Dope.
Got actually all three of those shirts, Cthulhu, Viking, and the Celtic Warrior. Those are all Fragtober pieces.
That's sick.
Thanks, man.
I like your site, man.
I appreciate it. I made it on Squarespace. I made it remarkably easy to do.
You might have to show me how to do this someday. This is cool, man.
Sure, dude. Yeah.
Love the shoes. It's fucking badass.
And Mrs. Good Stuff says they're really comfortable. She ordered a pair, and she
really?
says they're wicked comfortable. Yeah. I had a magic mug on there for a while. Like, you pour the coffee in and it rises up and you can see the logo reveal itself. But they stopped making them. So
Oh wow,
yeah, so I now have a limited edition. Yeah,
I like the beanie
limited
too
edition.
for the kids.
Yeah, man. I figured I gotta have something for the youngins as well.
That's cool, man.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Lots of cool stuff. And then you
Yeah,
have a gallery too. People could
yeah.
probably come and check out your work.
Yeah, gotta add some more stuff up there. But yeah, this is those 2 Betty Page covers were commissions from a couple of dudes that came into the comic shop. You can see the Voodoo Priestess card that I did for Frog G, the Cernunos card, and then the my Frog G fan art piece.
That's awesome.
Thanks, man.
That Reaper Destroyer dude is fucking metal.
Hell yeah, dude. He's a fun character to draw, man.
He looks pretty intimidating, man. You draw some fucking awesome hands, dude. I've noticed that a lot.
Oh, thank you, dude. I love drawing hands. They're a lot of fun. There's a lot of I'm Italian. I'm Italian Viking. So I speak with my hands, especially when I get going and I start talking about things. Better watch out, these hands going everywhere. But you can tell a lot.
You're a Vitaliano.
I'm Italiano, huh?
Oh.
Yeah, forget about it. But you can. There's a lot of emotion. Exactly. You can get a lot of emotion across with hands. You can tell a lot of story with hands.
Oh yeah.
Especially female hands. Subtlety. I found when drawing women's hands, subtlety is key. And then monsters, you get them big claws, I mean, and being a metalhead, invisible oranges.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah. So I enjoy drawing hands.
Both of these. Fucking
Thanks,
dope.
Man. Yeah.
I like that weapon. This cover one's really good.
Thank you, dude. Actually, pretty much all of these pieces have been sold. Yeah.
Are you selling anything on the site right now?
Nothing on the site. None of the artwork on the site right now. No. Okay. But actually, I don't think all of these pieces are actually sold. I've got some new stuff to put up there that'll be that will be for sale. But I mean, if anybody sees anything that I post on Twitter. Say what now?
So you got some Butch Cleaver up there.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm proud of that piece. Uh-oh.
Oh, Goblin Girl too.
Yeah, X-Box colored that. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I'm really happy with the way that piece turned out, man. I love what he did with the background.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that's true, Feline. Yes, you can get prints of this stuff. Just reach out to me.
Nice.
I'm doing prints. Yeah.
Shoot him a DM.
Yeah. Anything that's mine, I will do a print of. But I'm not going to do prints of other people's characters. Obviously, I don't think that's quite fair or right. But yeah, anything that well, yeah, not my thing, man. But like the baby dragon there, Necrosis, Time Bomb, the Reaper, anything like that, I will absolutely do a print of, It's
awesome.
Thanks, man.
I got this site pinned to the chat, man. You guys can come and check it out. Pick up some of the death metal hero gear, man. Some cool stuff.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I need to add, like I said, I need to add some more stuff. I've done quite a few new pieces. Either that or make these into a book. Yeah, that's not a bad idea either, man. I got a few new pieces that I need to add to the website. That way I can keep the gallery updated.
Do you have like a portfolio, like a big one, like 11x17 one, or?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For the cons and whatnot, if someone wants to pick up your art, buy it on the spot,
Oh, yeah.
You never know.
Yeah. Yep.
I
I've actually got an 11 by 17 one, and I've got a smaller one for smaller pieces as well. Yep.
I need to get one. I need to get a couple because I have a lot of pieces that they're
Mm-hmm.
they're not in a portfolio.
Oh, dude! Unless you've got a flat file to keep them safe, put them in a portfolio. I've
Right?
actually thought about doing a calendar, Seth. I've got a couple of ideas for a calendar. Top 16 pieces. Feline likes that idea as well. All right. All right. When I get done with this stream, you and I will talk about what pieces you think should go into the calendar, baby. We'll figure that out. But yeah, I've thought about doing a calendar. It would be fun.
That'd be cool.
You
Do
know?
something different.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, maybe something to add in on a campaign, or just to, you know, do a quick little crowdfunder or something like that. You know,
Oh
get it
yeah,
out there.
definitely.
You know,
I
either
got
that or
another
just get
question
it
to ask
printed
you,
up and
brother.
put it on the site. Yeah, go for it, homie.
What's your favorite beer? Or if not beer, what's your favorite alcoholic beverage? And if you don't have one of those, I know you drink those, so
Favorite beer.
you know some people come on, they
Yeah.
don't drink. I always ask people.
There is I love stouts, and I love porters. I like dark beers.
Me too, man.
Man, there was this one like coffee stout, Scotch. Yes, my girl knows me so well.
Make it Scotch.
Yeah, Scotch. Monkey Shoulder is my favorite Scotch. You know,
Oh, I remember you
don't know
talking
if you
about that.
remember.
Yeah,
I don't know if you remember Captain
remember
Fooka,
that
who
one.
used to hang out back in the day. We were
Oh,
having
yeah,
a
I remember that.
conversation, and I was like, "Yeah, I like Scotch." And he's like, "Oh, you should try Monkey
I
Shoulder.
remember
It's
that
good
too.
for the wee dram." And ever since that, dude, it goes down so smooth. Suntory whiskey is another good one. You got to be careful with that. The Toki, especially, it goes down so smooth. Like I drank
Damn.
3/4 of a bottle, and whoa, yeah,
Like, what the
I
fuck?
fucking paid for it. Yeah,
I did
how
not
the fuck
realize
did
that.
this happen? You gotta be
Let it go
careful
down.
with that. But as far as like favorite beer, I mean, I'll always enjoy a good Guinness, but
Yeah,
Einstock
me too.
does an Icelandic porter that is just
Oh yeah, that one's
chef's
fire.
kiss, man.
Oh,
Yeah, in
that's
the
like the only
black can with the blue.
beer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, it's so fucking
their
good, and
fucking wee heavy's
it's
good
hard to
too, man.
find. Which
Yeah,
one?
like their wee heavy is good too. It's the plaid one. It's the Scotch Ale. Their wee heavy. That shit's fucking bomb, dude. That's by Einstock.
I'll have to check that. I'd love that brand, man. They make some good stuff.
Yeah, they're like the only
Yeah.
they're like the only brand like from Iceland, I think, that makes beer that at least that I know of. You know.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
It's not super easy to find where I'm at. Even like, yeah, I have to go up to like Jacksonville or something like that to like Total Wine. But every so often ABC Liquors will have it nearby, and you know, grab a sixer of it. Again, I don't drink a whole lot of beer on my own.
Yeah.
Down in Florida.
I usually buy singles now, dude. And I'll buy like a single and, you know, review a book or something.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Suntory hits like a samurai. Don't
Wondering how you got there. Man. Yep. Yeah, and Feline is correct. It made for a fun topic list. This is true. I actually drank most of that bottle of Suntory on the Happy Hour Hangout, which Flying Feline does on her channel, 5 p.m. on Tuesdays. So it's a fun way to you know, start the evening, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. on her channel. Then you go hang out on what is it? Hang out with the professionals from 7 until, you know, 9, and then 9:15 come hang out with me and Jason on topic list. It's good stuff.
It's awesome, man.
Yes, it was that was definitely a fun topic list. Oh, we lost him again.
Sorry, man. Bought it again.
That's all good.
I had one last question for you, man, before we go. You ever think about making a book with Bascom? You guys ever talk about making a book together?
No, actually. He's had me do artwork for Absolute, and you know, he and Inkspots had me do artwork for Frog G, but no, we've mostly because I've always talked about like, oh, I've got this, this idea in the works and whatnot. But never say never, right? At some
right?
point,
Like you both
we
co-write and co-illustrate it.
Man.
Because like me and Brian do the same thing like tonight. Like we do the horror movie club at
man.
fuck at 9:00, and then we do this at 11. It's kind of like the two things I could do on during the week, But
Nice,
I had been streaming with Homeboy for like fucking feels like I don't know a couple years now. I'm like, dude, we should do a book together, bro.
Right?
So me and him are working on something, and it's like, I just thought of that right now. Like, damn, I could totally see you guys jamming on something. You guys are fucking full of ideas and cool art. It'd be cool to see you guys do a book together. And it's just like a fucking topic list, like book. You guys could have all the time on the show. I don't know,
right?
Fucking cool.
Absolutely, man. Yeah,
you guys are fucking crazy metalheads too,
man. Yeah. That's part of the reason why I think the show works as well as it does, because we do have similar tastes, but different enough that it keeps it interesting.
Yep.
He is anti Led Zeppelin though, which I don't understand. It's like you got good taste up to a certain point. You like Pantera, you like Acid Bath, but you don't like Led Zeppelin. What's wrong with you? So yeah. But I gotta give like my dude shit.
Thanks, Oh yeah, for sure, man. Yeah. That's why we love him, right?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. But yeah, that would be fun. That would be fun to work on. Actually, you know what?
Dope,
I take that back. There was can't always be right. Exactly, Feline. There was a project that me, Bascom, and Inkspots were working on. We were each writing a section of story, and we were, Inkspot started it off, then Jason took over and wrote his bit, and then I took the third bit and wrote my bit, and then I actually went and read all three pieces.
That's dope.
So we were going to do an audio book, and we were each going to post it up on our YouTube channels. Okay. And then unfortunately Inkspots, he had his health issues, and and ever since then, he's kind of just been doing his, this was before he took over his plumbing business. So he's been rather indisposed doing that at the time. But at some point, actually, now that I mentioned it, I'm gonna have to reach out to those guys and see if they want to get back on that, because that was a fun little story that we were working on, and each one of us was going to do a piece of artwork for our particular section of the book, or of the story, and then collect it all together and do a book.
That'd be sick, dude.
Have an audiobook to go along with it. Yeah.
Because you guys have been around for so long, you know what I mean? You guys have fucking been around for a long time, It'd be cool just to have so you guys have a book on there, I don't know.
Going into our fourth year of Topicless, man. Seen this scene
Topicless Tales, maybe you guys do an anthology or something.
It's not a bad title.
Oh yeah, dude.
But we've seen this scene change. We've seen a lot of people come, a lot of people go. Seen a lot of books. I mean, there are a few books that I backed, at the beginning of this whole thing that I still haven't gotten.
Me too.
Jesus.
Yeah, there's a couple. Yeah.
Yeah. But some of the latest books that I never thought I would get, I actually received, like Deathsworn, Carl O'Rose.
Oh, I'm still waiting for Deathsworn, man. I can't wait.
He's shipping them out slowly but surely, man. I got mine. I haven't opened it yet. I'm gonna reach out to him and see if he wants to come hang out for what's in the box.
That'd be cool.
But that would be cool, man. Haven't seen that dude in years. Haven't seen him show up on any streams or anything like that. Nothing. Dude.
Well, dude, what's his name? Fucking Wanger. Wanger he came back and did like 3 streams and then boom, gone again. So
really,
I remember him and Wanger Wanger was funny as fuck. Yeah, and Wanger was funny as fuck.
His accent always cracked me up, man.
Cracked me up, and it was like, okay, and they brought Adam Post on for one of them, and I was like, okay, dude, like keep doing your shit, don't. So like as soon as he was there, I would try to. I was like home at that time. If I can say what up in the chat, shared it out. Come, get this energy going again. Remember I was talking about energy. Let's get this shit going again.
Dude.
People back. Nothing.
Well,
He's gone now again.
real life always comes first, man. I mean, if real life, takes its toll, it takes its toll. You always gotta take care of the real world around you, and then
first.
you do, the virtual reality stuff. Yeah. Family always comes first. Real life always comes first. That's what I always say.
Yeah.
So, gotta have your priorities. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Gotta have your rules and.
Yeah. That helps keep the balance.
Your limitations and your yep. Nothing too much of anything is can always be bad.
Right. Absolutely, man.
But thanks for coming on, brother. I appreciate it.
Dude, thanks for having me.
Come on anytime.
It's been entirely too long since we got a chance to hang out and talk, bro.
Oh, I know, man. And when you launch your mercenary guild, man, you got to come back on. We got to talk about it some more.
100%, man. When we're hitting the campaign trail, you will definitely be one of the people that I hit up. We'll be launching later this year. It'll probably be towards the end of the year because we want to make sure that we have most of the book done and ready to go before we launch. We don't want to fall into that trap that so many people have fallen into of like, we're promising that at this date when that it's going to show up and shit, here it is, 2 years later, 3 years later, 4 years later, and it hasn't shown up.
It's hard, man.
We're going to make sure. Yeah. We want to make sure that it's.
I did that for the last book, man.
Yeah.
I put it's going to be here in 9 months, and like some people are like, that's kind of far out. And I'm like, yeah, but I got it out in like 7 or 8 months, it was 8 months,
dude.
But I mean, fuck it, I'd rather do that, I don't know.
Absolutely, man. We're taking the time to build the hype machine right now. People are gonna start seeing more and more of it. There may be a point where I can actually start inking pages live on Topicless. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't want to spoil any of the story that William's got lined up for you guys. So that's why I'm a little cautious about showing stuff. The 5 pages that I showed tonight, that's going to be in our 5-page preview that we're going to be putting out here soon. So that's why I was able to show that. But yeah, man, it's going to be fun. I think people are really going to dig it.
There we go.
Crazy.
Sorry.
It happens, man. Your internet is just like jabbing at you.
Yeah, it's like right at the end too.
Yeah. Well, at least it waited until the end.
Right. Somewhat. Yeah, man. I think that's cool what you guys are doing. Like, just showing little bits and building that up, and I think it's gonna fucking be cool, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that, and I'm pushing to have this as a poster on the campaign.
Oh, that'd be sick,
I want
man.
you for Mercenary Guild. Yeah. Yeah. That was actually digital. This is digital pencils.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Thanks, dude. That's this is Bane Spectre. He's the leader of the Mercenary Guild, and that's why he wants you for Mercenary Guild.
I like that. Hell yeah.
Thanks, man.
Well, thanks for coming on, Luke. I really appreciate it, brother. Where can people find you at, man?
You can find me at Death Metal Hero on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. We even have one of those Facebook fan page things, DMH Alieta at Facebook. But all of my links are on deathmetalhero.com.
That's pinned at the top
of the page. Yep. And thank you, man. I appreciate that. And all the links to all of my other social medias and whatnot are pinned at the top of my website as well.
Fuck yeah.
So, yeah, man. That's where you can find me. And then, as I said, Tuesday nights I've got Topicless at 9:15. It oscillates between my channel and Jason's channel. And you can always find me on Flying Feline's channel, 5 p.m. on Tuesdays for the Happy Hour Hangout.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Thanks, everybody, for watching. Oh, sorry, brother. What were you saying?
Thank you. No, thank you for having me, dude. This was a blast. Had a fucking blast talking with you, dude.
Me too, man. It's always great talking to you, man. Catching up. It was a blast.
Definitely.
Thanks everybody that showed up and said what's up, and Appreciate y'all, and you guys have a good day. And always remember to be bold, be brave, and roll the bones to know your role. I'll see you guys later.
Roll them bones.
Yeah.